Hey everyone, it's Justin Trevor Winters and welcome back to 60-Second Script School. Hopefully you were able to come up with an original story idea. If you weren't, that's okay. Give yourself some more time. You're going to have a long relationship with your idea. Some days you're going to be madly in love, and other days you're going to want a divorce. Find an idea that you're passionate about, at least in the beginning. What I'm trying to say is enjoy the honeymoon phase. Today we're going to be talking about the logline. Before we dive in, I want to tell you a fascinating story about the history of the logline. In old Hollywood, studios used to keep their scripts archived in vaults. There were stacks upon stacks of scripts. They would write the premise or the logline on the spine of the script so they didn't have to unstack the scripts. In other words, the logline became the miniaturization of the idea. It told us what the story was about, and if it was well written, it made us want to unstack the scripts. It's actually like the original Twitter. It's expressing as much information as possible in the shortest amount of time. Speaking of time, 60 seconds on the clock, hit it. There are 4 essential elements in every logline. Number 1, characters. Who is your protagonist or hero? What does your hero want? What is his or her main goal? Why do we believe in the hero? And what makes your hero memorable? Number 2 is conflict. Who is your antagonist? How is the antagonist standing in the way of the hero achieving his or her goal? The bigger and badder the obstacle, the better. Number 3 is originality. How is your story unique? What are the elements that make it stand out? And number 4 is the world. It is your job as a writer to incorporate all 4 of these elements within your logline. All right, stop the clock. Now let's take a look at Breaking Bad and create a logline. A chemistry teacher diagnosed with terminal cancer teams up with his former student to cook and sell crystal meth in order to provide for his family, his wife, his disabled son, and his daughter that's on the way. So number 1, characters. Who is our protagonist or our hero? A chemistry teacher. What does the hero want, or what is the hero's main goal? To provide for his family. Why do we believe in the hero? He's a chemistry teacher, so he knows about chemicals. What makes your hero memorable? He's Heisenberg, man. Number 2, conflict. Who is your antagonist? If you've seen the show, there are many antagonists. Crazy 8, Tuco, Gus Fring. In the case of the logline, the antagonist is the hero's cancer diagnosis. How is the antagonist standing in the way of the hero achieving his or her goals? It's an impending death sentence. Number 3, originality. How is the story unique? No one to this point had ever written a concept about the world of methamphetamines. Number 4, the world. Where and when does the story take place? I want to tell you a fun little fact. The show for Breaking Bad was originally set in Riverside, California. But because New Mexico was offering tax incentives, the producers decided to take the show to Albuquerque. The tax incentives that were being offered were 30% back on the dollar, meaning if you spent $1 million, you could get $300,000 back in tax incentives. So New Mexico or Albuquerque is the physical location. However, methamphetamines, that's the world. Well, meth and drug dealing and the DEA and cancer and how far a man will go to provide for his family, those are really the elements that make up the world. So here's a little exercise for you. Take 10 of your favorite TV shows of all time and write the log lines for them. 1 sentence will suffice. Once you've gotten some practice, try writing your log line. So good luck and happy writing.